What's good, family? Brethren. You know, man, I was thinking about something, brothers. I was thinking about the Western, the modern, the Americanized woman. And I was thinking about the problems that we have with these chicks. And I was thinking about, there's basically two different type of women in the world. The street woman and the woman for the house. Woman for the streets, the woman for the house. Wife material, street material. And the reality is that neither of these two shall really have any agreements. A real housewoman who actually want a family, who actually want to keep and make this thing work, can't have anything really in common. If she's dedicated and she wanted to work, she can't really have anything in common with the street woman. And the street woman is in adverse position to the housewoman. The wife, the housewoman wants to be a wife, whereas the street woman is married to the streets. And I was watching this panel. It was a young, attractive black chick with an afro, tattoo, good-looking piece of meat. And I thought about this. I said, the hardware looked good. She's a good-looking piece of meat physically. And like I did the video talking about these women are painted graves. It looked good on the outside, but the inside is dead men's bones and dead baby bones, literally. And my body, my choice. Well, what about the kid's body? You know why these women go and continuously delete children within themselves? My body, my choice. What about the kid? He or she didn't have a choice. The woman, other than circumstances where the woman is going to, pass away if they don't abort the child, other than that, they are eliminating their children so they can go back to them streets. Because a baby is going to deform their bodies, and that will take whore time away from them. That's all this is. They dedicate it to the streets, and having a kid is going to stop them from going to the streets as effectively. Having a husband and a family and being a wife, this chick said, that's holding me back. She's angry because the guy's trying to hold her back and hold her in the house. And I was watching a video years ago, or I watched it earlier, a few months ago, but this was a video that was taken years ago with some black chicks in like the 60s. And they were asking them, these are black women, young, I don't know, 20-ish, 24, something like that. And they said, nah, I don't want to, this is the 60s. I don't want to get married because, basically she didn't want to get married, and this is back in the 60s, bro. That's when feminism really took off here in America. So this has been a problem for decades. These women want to be in the streets. And the problem with American men, ones that are traditionally minded, you run into the problem in all these panels, a lot of these conversations we have. I'm going to make it real simple here. The problem is that we're dealing with street women masquerading as regular chicks. Street women masquerading as regular chicks. We got street woman problems, bro. That's the problem with men in America who are traditionally minded. You ain't finding primarily women who are traditionally minded. These women don't want to be wives to one man. They want to be wives. They want to be wives to multiple men, multiple experiences. She is married to the streets. And the problem is that a lot of us traditionally minded masculine men, we want a woman, we want a servant, we want somebody to help us in our life, we want consistent sex, we want to raise children and bring forth children and, have a regular human being life like men and women have had since the beginning of mankind. We want a traditional family because feminism and hookup culture just don't work, right? So, but the problem is that we got street woman problems. You got a traditional mind, but you in an environment filled with street women. Let's do a visual of this. Would you go to the hostro where it's a bunch of street walking prostitutes and say, I'm gonna go there, find me a wife, clean her up, help her clean the semen out of her hair, give her a nice long bath. I'm a wife, I'm gonna clean that up. Would you do that? Nah, you wouldn't do that, right? Most dudes have, he's like, this is a street woman. She filled with, different specimens, like 20 different dudes specimens tonight, right? You don't look at that as wife material. But the reality, the sad reality is the way that the majority of women in America move is like street woman, bro. They got high body counts, just like the street woman. They want dinner dates and money for love, just like street woman. So the problem with it is that men are trying to wife up street women. You understand? That's the problem. And number two, you can understand why men are frustrated because there ain't a lot of housewomen here in America. It's just not a lot of wife material. Just as it would be foolish to go out to the hostro and try to find a wife, parallel that and liken that onto your average man in America trying to find a decent woman. We're living in the hostro in America. That's a microphone drop. We're living in a hostro. The majority of women in America are street women. They got high body count. They ain't thinking about getting married. Back to the black chick, cute piece of meat, great looking hardware. But let's parallel this. Just as if you have an iPhone, I don't know what they're up to, 13, 25, I don't know. I don't do iPhones. Let's say you got an iPhone. It's an overhyped piece of machinery, in my opinion. Android does everything, people argue this way. I had an iPhone before, but I don't really care. I like the functionality of the Android, but nevertheless, don't get angry with me on that, all right? Yeah. Just my opinion. But anyways, that's not the point. iPhone 26, or whatever it's up to now. Beautiful, high price, it's a status symbol. I seen a video, this chick said, if you ain't got an iPhone, whatever, 16 or something, then you ain't, it's like a status symbol, you know what I mean? So, I ain't got one, so I guess I'm low status, you know what I mean? In the view of street women, which a majority of American women are. Anyways, so it's just like if you got the most recent iPhone, it's a wonderful machine, $1,000 or whatever, right? So I can use that for marketing and business or something. Nah, I'm gonna spend it on the iPhone. I can go buy an Android for like $100, Samsung, you know what I mean? Which is what I got now. But nah, I might as well get an Android. But anyways, so it's just like if you got this wonderful iPhone, its function is beautiful. Then you turn it on, and the software don't work. It powers up because but it don't. You can't go in there. You can't log in. You can't do nothing because the software is corrupted. Likewise, the black chick I was talking about, she looked good and all this, and it was other good-looking, I don't know what she was, Middle Eastern or even, I don't know what she was. Good-looking piece of meat. But the words that issue forth from her mouth is the software that's within her. And the software was corrupted. She was talking about, I don't want no man to hold me back, just like the chicks back in the 60s. Nah, she was a single mother. Yeah, I got a kid and all that, but I don't want no man to hold me back. Like, bitch, you got a kid, right? Why not marry him? Well, no, that's too much commitment. She said it's too much commitment to be married, but it's okay to have a kid. You see the mind of these street women, bro? This is the problem. They ain't trying to be wife to one man. They want to be wives to the streets and multiple men. And that's the problem that men in America are facing. You dealing with women who have corrupted software. Their mind is equivalent to the software example. Their minds is cooked. Their minds is for the streets. This chick is like 23, 24, talking about, no, I'm too young to get married, and I'll do that later. Right now, she got to build up the body count. Right now, she got to go into them streets. Right now, she got to have all these sexual experiences. This is your modern American woman. And this is why, you got a woman that say in the Philippines, I had talked to a couple, she talking about, I'm getting old, I'm 22. I'm looking for a serious relationship. No, that's just a value system. My point is, you got women in other countries who actually want to be wives. America, these want to be wives. These women want to be wives to multiple dudes and ultimately married to the streets. From the streets she cometh, as I have coined. From the streets she cometh, and to the streets she shall return. That's what we're dealing with in America. And so the frustration is that you got men who have traditional mind states, who still want families. But you look what the crop of females do you have to choose from. They ain't marriage-minded. They ain't family-minded. They the leaders of babies so that they can do what? Keep their body looking good so they can do what? Go back to the streets. A baby's going to stop them from being able to be a street woman as good as she can do without a baby. Because don't get me wrong, you already know single mothers, yeah, a lot of them are street women too. But they still can't do the hoeing as much as they can when they ain't got no kids. They ain't got the stretch marks. They dedicated to the streets. They dedicated to being a wife to multiple men. And that is the problem. You have a conflict. You have a bunch of dudes who want traditional wives. And you got a bunch of women who are hell-bent on not being traditional. Hell-bent on being a participant of street work. You got street workers, bro. And that's the problem. Men want to have, they say, well, what's wrong with men out here? No, man, the problem is the society itself, and a person that is taking advantage of the society is the woman. It's not no lack of men looking for relationships. It's that women don't, in America, women ain't looking for no relationship till later on when the streets have consumed them, till later on after she have all her experiences, later on after she left her dude, now she come back after the streets done smacked her in the face, after the streets done body slammed her and DDT'd her, after the streets told her, hey, after the streets have afflicted her, abused her. Now later on she either come back to her old dude or come to a sucker and a simp to wife her up, who she will not respect because the streets, she had too much experiences in the streets, who she can't emotionally connect with, microcamerism, because the streets have stripped all that up out of her. You know, I was thinking about something I had heard with the microcamerism that if a woman has multiple dudes, we know that the woman many times will absorb the DNA of the men who, have released their semens inside of her and stuff. And she might have 20 dudes. This is some stuff I forgot about. Now, let's say she had 20, that's kind of low for American women. Let's say she had 100 bodies, 100 dudes she lay with. And let's say, 5 of them dudes actually, she absorbed their semens and their DNA. That DNA is in this woman for her entire life. Now, the kicker, we know that part. The kicker that I recently was reminded of is that they said that the DNA, the physical character, so now let's say she would been with them 100 dudes, right? Now she wifes up and actually has a kid. She gets wifed up by Charlie. And Charlie, she has a kid with Charlie. The kicker is that with microcamerism is that the other dude's DNA that was in her, his Charlie, let's say you have a kid named, Matthew. So Charlie has a kid with, Tabitha, and the kid's name is Matthew. And he does a DNA test, and, the baby is actually Charlie's. So, but the reality is that the kid could have other physical attributes from the previous dudes that she's been with who have stamped their DNA on her. Stamped, so let's say, the kid can come out with blue eyes or curly hair, brown curly hair. But the father, who is the DNA actual father, Charlie, of Matthew, he's a white dude, with green eyes, and she has brown eyes, but the kid can come out with blue eyes. You see what I mean? That's what I mean, microcamerism, because that's crazy. So the kid can come out with attributes that neither of the parents actually have, because Charlie sowed his seed in polluted ground, being the woman that already done been seeded and affected by other dudes' DNA. Man, this is crazy, bro. We need virgins, bro. We need wife. What I'm saying is Charlie planted his seed in this woman, but the earth is already polluted by multiple dudes' seeds, and some of that seed stuck in the woman, and then she's the vessel, you see. And so now she's a polluted vessel with other dudes' physical characteristics now being, impressed upon little Matthew. He's like, hey, man, why you don't have green eyes, or you don't have blue eyes. I don't have blue eyes. And this kid is my biological child. We did the DNA test. Why the hell does he have blue eyes? You see what I mean, bro? To the streets she cometh, and to the streets so she shall return. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a benefit for a man to have his own woman, man, who ain't been, stamped and stuck and DNA'd with multiple dudes' DNA, bro. And that's the problem with America, is that the majority of these women is street women. So, just something I was thinking about, brothers. I was thinking about, that's the main issue, is you dealing with street women who have a culture, culturalizes her to be a street woman, rewards her for being a street woman. And how are you going to overcome this? You need to be more alpha. You need to have millions of dollars. Other than that, the woman ain't gonna respect you. So if you ain't a millionaire, bitches ain't gonna respect you in America. Oh, okay. Well, how's that going for Will Smith? How's that going for Tyrese? How's that going for Johnny Depp? You see? When you equate everything to the monetary, high value men, high status men don't put up with this. High status men don't put up with that. It's cap. And that's just a side note I was thinking about. A lot of these, I be hearing that a lot. Oh, you gotta make a certain, how can a woman respect you if you ain't making a certain amount of money? High status men, don't put up with this, don't put up with that. I don't look at it like that because I look at it, there's too many examples of super rich and famous dudes getting disrespected. Look at your Jeff Bezos, high status, the whole, I give multiple examples in this. If high status, high income dudes don't put up with this and that, they don't put up with single mothers. Oh, okay, well, what about Jeff Bezos? Oh, what about Tyrese, who's wifing up, some tattooed single mother? Like, not just smashing, but wifing up. I think he actually Jeff Bezos married that 50-something-year-old single mother. So in my opinion, that's inaccurate. To say high status men don't put up with this, don't put up with that. Nah, high income dude. It's not accurate because there's too many examples where that is the case. Where dudes, just because money, like I said, money don't equal game. Game is self-respect, discipline, and wisdom in dealing with women. So a man with self-respect, whether he be rich or poor, is not going to put up with these things. Let me repeat that. It's not that a high status man or high income man won't do it. Excuse me. It really comes down to a man that has game, for example. Game being self-respect, discipline, and wisdom. So if a man has self-respect, discipline, and wisdom in dealing with females, he's not going to wife up single mothers. If he has self-respect, not if he's high income or high status. That's what should happen, but that ain't what happens in real life. If it was that way, then you wouldn't have your Will Smiths who getting dogged out by his woman. You wouldn't have your Tyrese. You wouldn't have high status, high income dudes, they wouldn't be high height, 7-foot basketball players with their wives leaving them. If high status men don't put up with this kind of stuff, why is this happening to high status, extremely Johnny Depp getting disrespect? Like, so many examples. So that's inaccurate. I would say that a dude who got this income and high status should not put up with that stuff, but they do. But a man who has self-respect and self-discipline and wisdom in dealing with females, the more accurate statement is that kind of guy won't put up with that stuff. A man with self-respect, discipline, and wisdom in dealing with females won't put up with that stuff. So that statement, high status, high income dudes, high value, they won't put up with this. That's cap because they do put up with it. There's multiple upon multiple examples of this crap. They shouldn't, but they do. Yeah, I just want to take a punch at that, but these different philosophies, man. The whole thing, back to the female stuff, it's a big problem. The problem is you got men motivated to have families, but the earth, it's like you trying to grow a garden. Perfect parallel here. It's like if you're trying to grow a garden, and I'm a gardener, so I know this stuff. You have to have good soil to overcome, so that it's part of the game. You have to have good soil. That's where you start with. So you get the weeds out of the soil and you dig up the old stuff, throw it away, the old crab grass and the weeds and stuff. You have to turn the soil, fix the soil, put some fertilizer and stuff in the soil, water it and stuff. Now it's good soil. You put good stuff in the soil. And the woman is essentially the soil. And men are essentially the husband or the gardener, which is why they call it husbandry. And so the woman is the earth, the man is the gardener who plants a seed into the garden being the female. And the problem with men in America is you still have the mentality of traditional mentality, but you're dealing with modern street women. So in this example, you're trying to find good soil and plant a garden in like the desert, where the soil and the conditions, not only do you have the soil is not good, but you have harsh conditions, harsh environment. The desert is a harsh environment. And the environment, number one, is American culture, is a desert when it comes to male-female relations and families and stuff. It's laws set on the books to destroy families, to incentivize the earth or the woman to be polluted by multiple seeds, multiple dudes. And so the earth is polluted, but you as a traditionally minded man, that's why a lot of men are going to different countries where the earth and the environment is more suiting for building a garden. In other words, a family. So hopefully y'all dug what I'm saying, the parallel of it. You got street women in every country, don't get me wrong. However, let's say, like I said, with the example of the Philippines, or example of Latin America, a lot of women are built and bred to be wives, to take care of kids. Not that they perfect, etc. I'm not saying that. But the American woman, she said, "No, I'm too young to get married." The bitch said she's too young to get married. She said, "I'm 24, 22, whatever she said. I'm too young to get married. I got to build up my body count. And later on, I'll find a sucker." You see how this culture, this environment really breeds women to be whores. Bottom line is these chicks ain't trying to be under no dude. They ain't trying to be under no husband. They ain't trying to, only time they want to be under a man is when they getting ran through by the dude. You know, he over and huffing and puffing. That's when she cool being under the man. Or when she is underneath his wallet, you know what I mean, taken care of by this man's wallet and money. Other than that, you know what I mean, she ain't trying to be up under no man, male authority, you know what I mean? She ain't trying to be following no instructions. She ain't trying to be in the house, you know what I mean? She trying to be in them streets. The woman in America, man, like, her goal is to be having as many experiences. You can't build with a woman that's a street woman because she has too many triggers. She has too many desires and to do too many things and too many dudes. And there is no consistency with her. So, the woman that want to be a wife, that literally actually want to make this work and dedicate it, she want to be that one dude and go through whatever she got to do to make the family work. But the woman that's a street woman, her mentality is to have different dudes. She got a fluctuative kind of mentality. For example, she'll get with this dude, oh, he tall. She'll get with another dude, oh, he paying me to, have sex with him. Or she go with another dude, oh, he aggressive. Get another dude, oh, he famous. Or get another dude, oh, he got big muscles. Or get another dude, he got a big wiener. Or get another dude, oh, he dressed nice. She got all these fluctuative triggers, and there's nothing consistent with her. You can't build with this. You know, the wind blows this way. Oh yeah, this dude he funny. She'll give her body to that guy. Oh, this dude, he got status. Oh, is it my boss? Oh yeah, she'll give her body. That's a street woman. And so the problem is when you're trying to wife this. I don't know, this is why I just want to do this video to kind of bottom line and just encapsulate the real issue that we're dealing with. We're dealing with, number one, an environment, a desert environment that punishes men in America. Like a desert punishes with the super harsh sun and blowing wind and no rainfall versus the environment of a rainforest. You can grow some stuff in a rainforest quick and easy. But in a desert, it ain't so good because the soil ain't good. The environment ain't good. And so we're dealing with the American woman. She's really bad soil to try to build something with. She ain't trying to be no wife to one dude. She trying to be a wife to multiple dudes. And more so, she's married to the streets. Yep, that's what it is, brothers. So I don't know. I said, let me do this video and talk to the brethren. It just hit me, man. I said, I was about to go for a walk. I said, nah, let me do this video while the spirit is on me. She married to the streets, and she's polluted soil. And the software ain't no good. And that's what you see. Oh, the chick look good. You're like, I can build something. Or she's got a cute, she cute. She got a good personality. She's a cool chick. She's nice. She's friendly. A couple of days later, why this chick ain't calling me? No, she ghosted me. Well, you might have been a tall dude, but this dude, he got more muscles. And now you like, dang, what happened? We were vibing so good, right? The wind blew her over to the next dude. Oh, yeah, he tall. Oh, the other dude, oh, he loud and aggressive. Oh, I like that. Oh, the next, he got tattoos. Oh, the other dude, he's clean cut. She's blown like the wind to the next shiny object. And a foolish man or ignorant man will try to wife this. Many of us have been there, man, because a lot of times, I'll be honest, a lot of us brothers have been there because it's the environment of America. And we just we raised into dysfunction. And, we ain't really, a lot of us is not really put up on game as to the hurdles and the traps of the male-female dynamic here in America. You know what I mean? For the woman, it's like all easy mode, but for the dude, it's a lot of snares and traps. Part of that snares and traps could be getting emotionally tied to a female, thinking it's going to work. But you don't understand the environment of America. The woman is socialized and financially incentivized to make sure it don't work. Once you understand all this stuff, it becomes more bitter. Like, gosh, man, you become more cold and guarded because the situation and the environment is hostile. Imagine, I've been in a South American rainforest. It wasn't the Amazon rainforest, but it was in eastern Ecuador, or Colombia, I should say, southwest Colombia. So I've been, not in a major rainforest, but my point is you can grow stuff easy down there. And that's why they got a lot of fruits and different stuff that we don't have up here and stuff. Because the environment, healthy environment to grow stuff, like the soil is fertile and the rainforest. So yeah, but I've been in Arizona. Phoenix is hot. And, I don't see a whole bunch of vegetation like that. It's hot, but it ain't. So different places got different environments that's beneficial or non-beneficial. And so as men, we born in America and grow up in this toxic culture, we grow a tolerance to the toxicity. So a lot of men, for example of this, let's say a guy in perfect example, a guy in the Dominican Republic. I was watching a video where this black chick from America had she was paying a Dominican dude, taking care of, giving him money and stuff. But she See, in the Dominican Republic, an average regular dude can get a really good looking female because that's that environment. And so, but in America, average regular dude in general can't even get an average chick in America. You understand me? Because of the toxicity and the software ain't no good. So this Dominican dude, he was that was his girlfriend, a Black American woman, and she was like, yeah, I seen this a few months ago, and she was trying to boss up on him and tell him what to do and all this stuff. And so he broke up with the bitch because she was too masculine. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, I give you all your money back, but you're not going to talk to me like this. You know what I mean? So she thought that because I'm taking care of this dude and I'm hitting his pockets or whatever, because a lot of these women go to other countries and they're going to be tricking off a dude. You know what I mean? But he was like, yo, you're not going to talk to me as well. We're done. I'll give you all your money back. We're done. I'm good. So he probably was trying to pivot to America by, you know, getting a green card or something like that maybe. So the Black bitch thought she can use the financial leverage and have basically a male slave and, you know, usurp, like she do the shit up here in America, usurp authority of the man. He wasn't having that. The Dominican dude wasn't having that. I see another example with this African dude. He was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I will go back to my country, right? He was dating another Black, you know, Black American woman. And you cannot talk to me in this manner, you know. He was like, yo, I go back to my country. I don't want to do this anymore. And I think this was on like one of them divorce shows or something. I remember that was a separate example. But my point is, in both examples, the Dominican dude and the African dude have more of a pro-male environment that they live in. It's not toxic like it is here in America with these masculine women trying to control them and stuff. And so they did the right thing to get rid of these chicks. You live in the Dominican Republic with all these beautiful brides. Number two, you live in an environment where it's a pro-male environment and you got power. You might not have the financial power about like being an American citizen. You know what I mean? But you got it's like a lot of these foreign dudes live in their own country and it's a masculine construct. And the women are not masculine and haters of men. So the environment is good, but the finances is not good. But the male-female dynamic most of the times is very good. Lost my train of thought. I was going to say something. But anyways, so I found that funny, man. But so that's what I mean about the environment, males and female dynamic. In America, you dealing with women who ain't even trying to get married. Marriage is going to hold them back. I'm like, how's marriage? This chick said he trying to hold me back. Hold you back? Trying to wife you. But being a wife and being a street woman is two completely different women. The woman, see, the whorish woman, the street woman is an abomination to the righteous woman, or say the house woman. Neither, if they really on what they on, neither the street woman nor the house woman can really have any commonality like that, other than that just they women. But a woman who's dedicated to a house, building a family, and serious about that cannot have a street woman as like a friend. And y'all don't have anything in common. So there's something I was thinking about, man. I don't want to drag this on too long, brothers, but yep, that's what it is, man. The problem is that men are trying to wife up hoes. Trying to wife up traditionally minded men is trying to wife up modern women who's all about these here streets. Anyways, brothers, hope you found power and value in this. Like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, go ahead and use the Cash App in the description. Peace to you, brothers.